Hello, this first video is on technological design as part of the scientific method or as part of the scientific process. So let's get started. First of all, let's define the scientific investigation or the scientific method and technological design. The goal of a scientific investigation is to test a hypothesis or the relation between two variables. So the goal of that investigation is knowledge. Then technological design is oriented towards using that knowledge to solve a real problem. So technological design is going to be let's have a solution to the problem that we found. So the way these two things are similar is that they start by identifying a problem. So before you even start a scientific investigation, you say, this is the problem. And before you start designing a piece of technology, you have to say, this is the need I'm attempting to meet. Both scientific method and technological design explore related work by their colleagues. They are not individualized fields. You have to look into what other people have published. And they both end with the communication over the results to your peers. So if you're struggling to write all this down, I realize it's a lot of text. So just hold tight and I'll post this on It's Learning at a later date. So what is technological design? Technological design is designing products to meet human needs using scientific knowledge. So we're applying what we know from science to meet a human need. This is the field of science that focuses on engineering. So the technological design process has 4 stages. We're going to go into each of these 4 stages for your note sheet here in a second. But the first stage is problem identification. So you first say, this is the problem. Then you start to design a solution. That solution can be a process or a product. Then you implement your solution, and then you evaluate whether or not it was a good solution or if you should probably go back to the drawing board. So let's go into a little more detail on solution design. Solution design starts with a proposal, and you're going to create drawings or models, evaluate cost and time effectiveness, and then determine benefits and risks. So a proposal would be a basic general idea of how you're going to go about solving the problem. Then you're going to create a drawing or a model, and then you'll evaluate if it's effective. So when you create that drawing, let's say we work for BMW, you're first going to create a drawing of the new car you'd like to sell, and then you're going to create a model of it. If that model doesn't look or behave like you would like for it to, you go back to the drawing stage. Then the cost and time effectiveness. There's a little equation down at the bottom to ensure that you understand cost effectiveness. For something to be cost effective, the proposed benefits need to outweigh the price to produce. And then you're going to weigh the benefits and risks. So if we're working for BMW and it costs, let's say, $3 million to make one smart car over the course of 1 year. So it takes an entire year and $3 million to make one car. That's probably not cost effective because no one is really going to drop $3 million on a car. So you need to go back to the drawing board if that's your solution design. All right, the next step we have implementation and testing. So you're going to come up with a step-by-step strategy, organize a team to work out the kinks as you design your car along, make a prototype of the car. So that's a working model of technology that is being developed. So you would have a working car, and then somebody says, okay, well, when I hit 60 miles an hour, all the RPMs drop out of the car. So that would be the prototype. You could work the glitches out of that. And then you're going to troubleshoot all the problems, like the RPMs dropping in the car. So that would be the implementation and testing stage. And the final stage of technological design is evaluation. So you're going to make measurements, do experiments or surveys to determine if your results are accurate for your prototype. And you're going to ask, does it meet the need? Does it have minimized risk? So is the person that drives this car going to be safe? And can the design be improved? So you think about the iPhone too. There's always an improvement to be made, which is why they'll release an update 2 days after they've released the new operating system. So you're going to perform a risk-benefit analysis, which is, do the benefits outweigh the potential harm? So think about in the pharmaceutical industry. You hear on the commercials that they list all of these things. Potential for death due to falling asleep at the wheel of the car. Is that risk so minimal that the benefit to people in stopping heart attacks early is that greater than the risk of potential death? So that concludes the technological design video. From here, we will pick back up with scientific method in the next video.